Hello everyone, welcome to Summer Card Camp Week 2, Christmas in July. I know that's hard to believe when it's so hot outside, but I just want to let you know, thank you for all your concern, your emails, and your patience while I was down for a little bit. I started new treatment and we just didn't get along, so I apologize for that, but I am so excited for Christmas in July. So let's get started. We'll start with Tidings of Comfort and Joy. So we're going to start with this. This was our original card. And now we are going to, I've already cut our pieces out just to save us a little time, but we'll be using card cutout 831. You see I've already been using it. Card cutout 909, card cutout 880, and card cutout 855. I bet you're wondering what we're going to do with that, so I can't wait to show you. Okay, so let me take my pieces here. Now sometimes when I am cutting, I will leave a little edge so you have a little bit of a border of the background here, or I can trim it clean so there is no little a little background showing. So I went ahead and I've trimmed this one so there's no background showing. And then I have cut out all my pieces. I'm going to show you just a few little tricks. So this I am cutting out. It is actually this card cut out, and these are overlapped so close. But I really wanted to give it a different look with the same card cutout. So let me show you exactly what I did. I cut out this tree, but I did this one first. And what I've done is I've cut out, not too detailed, but I followed the whole outliner shape of this tree, which leaves me with a funny shape for this tree. But we'll show you how we're going to make up for that. So I am only cutting out a little detail along the top. And then I'm just going to kind of be rough around these outside edges, because the beauty of this, when you mount it onto our little, oh, whoops, I'm confused. I got another card. We need to finish doing this. But the trick I wanted to show you with this is move your paper, not your scissors. It makes cutting out so much easier. Now, if you don't want to cut out as exact and precise, just do what is good and fun for you. So I've almost got this done here. And if you notice, I cut off the pot as well. So it is just a little short, little stub there. So I've got it cut out. I cut out this one as well mostly. And you can see I didn't do much fancy cutting on this, just the bare basics. And then I cut out the small pot, and I cut out this little topper, the little border here. I liked doing them separate because I liked the added dimension it gave. So I'm going to go ahead and use mounting tape now and just kind of get that in place. So I'm just going to kind of put it on two edges. If I can get the backing off. Ha, I got it. And then I mount that on top of my pot. I just love that little added dimension that it gives. Now what we're going to do is we are actually going to plant our little topiaries. So we are going to add just a little bit of adhesive, and I'm just using double-sided tape so I can still position it a little bit. And then I am going to do the same thing with this bush. They've turned kind of into bush now instead of a tree. And I'm going to overlap the one that is cut out completely onto this bush. Now, of course, you could do mounting tape there as well if you wanted, but see how they just kind of now blend together. They're a little more narrow on their, in how much space they take. It's just a little more condensed. And then, but just for a few little finishing touches, I am going to take, now you could use, I'm going to go ahead and use just a little bit of mounting tape, but you could also use glue dots or any adhesive that you prefer. But I'm going to add just a little more dimension, so that's why I'm using this. And then I'm going to go ahead and add. Now these little berries are found on quite a few of the Christmas cutouts this year, but I just like the little finishing touch that, oh, forgot the liner. I really like the little finishing touch these little berries give. So sprinkle them around, have fun with those. Just going to put it here, and then I cut out just a little leaf to kind of give a little more dimension. Now it looks like in my, there are different sizes of the leaves around as well. So experiment with what you have. Or you could tuck in a little holly berry, just something, a little finishing touch there. Oh dear, this is going to be a really tricky one because he's so little. Okay, we got it. And I just tucked it in the pot right there. Look how cute that is. Then you go ahead and mount it. And I am just going to do a double-sided adhesive, but feel free to use what you want. But I like all of the other dimensions. Oh, that guy didn't stick. I like all of these other dimensions that we've added. So I feel like I can just use the mounting tape, or just use double-sided tape. Kind of center it, get it straight there. Add this little guy. Okay, now this can make a darling tag just to leave it like this. Look how cute that would be hanging from a package. I just think that is so fun. Now, if you wanted to add it to a card, it looks cute really on so many papers. But the one that I chose is the Inchworm Ticking. It's one of our new papers for summer camp. But I just think that is a cute finishing touch. So we've kind of gone a little bit. It's so easy to make a card out of a tag, but this time we started first with our card. Here's our card. We made our tag, but then you can see how easy that translates into a card. So card number 1. Okay, card number 2. Let's do this one. So this was our original that we used. I just like topiaries, all shapes. And I thought these little Christmas topiaries are just super fun. So I have got, this is our original. Now we are going to do our little makeover for that tree. I have gone ahead. Let me get the card cuts we're going to use first. So we have card cutout 869, card cutout 873, 832, 829, and 833. So I'm going to show you, let's see. I have all of the trees. I took that little this card cut out, and again, I wanted to try and just give it a different look, have it maybe take up less room. I needed to get more on my card, whatever. It's just fun to have different looks with the same thing. So you can't tell very well here, but I cut out each tree just rough first. Just cut it out, and then once they're cut out, I leave, I go back and do the details and really cut it out for the card. Okay, so we have our 3 trees cut out here, and you're probably thinking, the middle tree's not looking so cute. I would have to agree with you. But what is really fun, because we're also going to use this little frame here, I am going to position this guy first. And because the background of this guy and here when you get your other pieces all in, they disappear. So I'm just going to kind of glue this down in the middle. That should be close. So you can see this, you really don't notice much. I did cut out the top leaves just a little bit to define those because they overlay the wooden frame, so it's just a nice definition there. And then I'm just going to take the next tree and I am going to do where I want this pot to be on top, but I want to hide the rough cutting that I did. Now you could use a mounting tape on this as well, and then we're just going to tuck in our third tree the same way. So I want this trunk to sit on top. I'm going to put in my third little tree here, and you can see it kind of overlaps, so you don't see that cutting that was a little loose either. And then I'm going to take and just add a little mounting tape to this middle tree, because then it will pop on top of the others. So I liked it sitting on top of the others, just added a little more dimension and felt like the littlest one should kind of be dominating a little bit more, a little more prominent. And now I'm just going to stick some mounting tape or double-sided tape behind that, sew that down. But look how cute that is. And then I thought, oh my gosh, look how cute that would be hanging. Punch a little hole. It would be so cute hanging on a gift bag or whatever you're doing. Or you could actually even have put a band around a candy bar and have this be sitting on the candy bar. So many things you could do with this. It's just so versatile. But I also really like the a collage look. So I gave a little different twist to this, and I just want to show you. I used those two frames, and then the tricky part here is let me look for that card so I can, oh, here it is. So it is card cutout 833, and I just simply cut this out, but it wasn't long enough to cover all, go from here to here, so I cut it in half. Then when you mount your card, your little piece we just made, so I just paper pieced those frames, and then I actually, let's see this one I have, and then I mount this on top. And I like to get so all my little pieces are showing in the top and the bottom. Try and center it as well. And then I literally just put mounting or double-sided tape on these little strips and tucked them in separately. But it just was a little finishing touch, and it's one more thing you can do with scraps. You might have scraps at home that you could use and turn it into a different looking card even. Now remember, I am showing you these tips and tricks and maybe a variation, but I can't wait to see what you create. Please share your ideas with us on our Facebook page. It's under Summer Card Camp, or we have a group there, so you can just see how different these cards all went. So I'm going to start with, here's our original, here is a tag possibility, and then a finished new card. So super fun and easy. Okay, for our last card today, it is, the original was a Candy Cane Christmas. I just think, I loved the red and white. I had so much fun with using the red and white. And so the card cutouts for all of the original ideas I've showed you are in the idea book, so you can follow and get the list of supplies there. So I am only showing you the supplies that are used with our variations. So I have card cutout 831, I have card cutout 868, and then you can use whatever sentiment you want. Now if you notice on the bottom of card cutout 868, there is the little additions that you can cut out, and then here, like I have done on this one, just giving those three all separate cutouts, but it gives it just a little more dimension, and I think it's really adds a little more personality to your card, but certainly not necessary. In fact, in my next card, we're not going to do that separately. So, and again, I cut out the topiaries just rough first, and then I cut them out more carefully after the fact. And on this card, I am only going to be using the smallest and this one. So I already have those cut out. And I have one more piece cut out. And here it is. So on this one, I did leave the little border, the background border. Now you could use it like that. They are just so cute on here. I just think they are just super fun. Or you could fold it in half, and that would be a darling tag too. What I've done is I fold it in half, and then if I need to trim the back side a little bit, I'll do that as well. I am going to use some mounting tape. Let's see, a bigger piece than that one. And I'm going to put this back tree, or the bigger tree, on first. These linings are being tricky today. Okay, so I'm going to stick this one on first. I'm going to have it overlap just the white little dashed line and the I noticed though I made this too big. Too high. I gotta slide it down. Okay, and then I did the same thing with this little guy. I've already cut him out the little embellishments and hook them on. I just left it with the card cut out. But look, you could punch a little hole here, and I want to dangle it, but so you can see just how cute that could be as a tag. I just think I love this little candy cane topiary set. Now you could take this to many different ways. You could let's see here, look how cute, just showing you on the back of this card, but look how cute that is just here. But it didn't feel quite finished to me, so I kept dawdling, and I know you guys will have great ideas as well. So what I ended up doing is I used the distressed diamonds, and I wanted to have it be a gatefold card. So to do that, I just took my ruler, measured halfway, which was 4 1/4, and made a little mark, and then I fold each of my sides over. Now I took just a scrap of distressed red wagon and just put it on the edge of this one, but you could use any scrap that you have. And so then when they fold, I just really, let me take this off so we can see better. I just really like how it gave a little more definition in where the two sides meet. And then I took a piece of ribbon, and if you haven't looked at our ribbons, you really should consider. They are on a good discount right now. So I don't recall the price though, but it's just a few dollars. And this I think has, let's see if I can read it, 27 yards. This one I'm using is our Time Grow Green, but it's just so nice to use. It's just really all cotton. Not that you're gonna wash your cards, but it does wash. So I taped this on here, and then I taped it on the back just so they would stay in place. They fold together nicely, and I just centered my little flap, but I liked the additional contrast that the green ribbon gives, and then I just tied it in a bow, and I thought that is just a finishing little touch. And I guess you could say we're tying week 2 summer camp. Well, day 1 anyway. I didn't do that bow very good. Let's see if I can adjust it. And if you want the bow smaller, just simply tug on your ends. And then you can just work with it a little bit to be the shape that you want. And then I need to readjust this. But you can see that is just a cute finishing touch. I can't wait to see what you guys have made. So hurry, get creating and start posting on our Facebook page. So happy to be with you this week and can't wait till tomorrow. Happy Christmas in July.